My girlfriend, 18 female, hates my 21 male mom for no reason. So my girlfriend and I have been dating for almost 2 months. I still live with my mom, the housing prices are absurd, and occasionally she will send me on errands to the grocery store, etc. I don't pay rent, so I try to give back what I can while I live with her. On this one night about 2 weeks ago, my mom sent me on an errand at like 9:30 p.m. On my way there, I was on a call with my GF. To cut to the chase, I told her about what I was doing for my mom. She said, "Yeah, I don't like your mom. She sounds like a bitch." This bothered me a lot, but I tried to ignore it. Earlier last week, my mom accidentally left her bath running and me and my brother, had wake up to drain her room of the water which had begun to seep into my room. This was in the middle of the night, and I was as a result tired the next day. I texted my girlfriend about this to explain why I was tired. She just said, "Oh my god, does your mom have dementia? WTF is her deal?" This enraged me and I told her to stop saying shit like that. She then decided to talk to my best friend, 20M, because I had stopped texting her. I was in class. After he calmed her down and explained I was in class, she began to detail how I always complain about my mom. OFC he told me about this, but I just decided to say that I forgave her so that she wouldn't get upset. I told her not to insult my mother anymore, and that was it. Finally, last night, I was talking to her on call about the fact that she's moving 30 miles away from me, and I consoled her, saying, the most stressful events in a person's life are death, divorce and moving. She just responds, "Oh yeah, I hate people that get divorced. Unless it's for a good cause." I told her that my parents divorced when I was a kid, and she knew the reason behind the divorce. I don't know if I'm overthinking this last part, but it seems like a very passive-aggressive slight towards my mom. I asked my best friend about this, and he told me that my girlfriend sometimes texts him, but she only ever complains about my mother or flexes me like I'm arm candy. When he asked her why she doesn't like my mom, she said she had a feeling that my mom hated her, even though she actually likes her. I don't know whether or not I can continue this, if she's just gonna go behind my back just to do this. I have mixed feelings because on one hand, I feel like I'm overreacting. On the other hand, I'm defensive of my mother. Thoughts? Not overreacting. I wouldn't even call her passive-aggressive, her hits are pretty direct. Dump the girlfriend. She sounds too immature to date. Your girlfriend is a child. You are an adult living with another adult. Adults support each other and help when needed. Your girlfriend not only doesn't understand that, but doesn't even seem to like you. Take advantage of the move and let her go. Why are people calling 2 months serious relationships? At 3 months, you are just passing the initial screen process. Slow down. Sheesh. You're supposed to be finding this out and leaving, not even claiming her. Your girlfriend texting your best friend is weird. Your girlfriend is barely over being a child. She sounds jealous of your mom. You're dating her. Why? My 27F boyfriend, 30M, is at a wedding abroad and posting another girl. My boyfriend is currently in France for a few weeks, attending a wedding that's happening this weekend. I couldn't go with him because I couldn't take that much time off from school, sadly. Today, he posted a photo on his Instagram story of a girl who's also at the wedding. It was a solo shot of her in a nice dress with a pretty background, flipping her hair, which if you ask me was a kind of romantic photo. Then he posted another story of them sitting next to each other in a group. I also saw that they went to see some caves together the day before, something he didn't mention when we last talked on the phone. He made it sound like he went alone, or at least didn't mention her at all. I wouldn't feel so weird about this if it didn't come out of nowhere. He hasn't told me anything about this girl, and because of the time difference, they're 9 hours ahead, and the fact that he's probably partying and busy with wedding stuff, I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. I don't even know when I'll get the chance to talk to him about how this is making me feel. Adding to all this is something that happened a few months ago. We stayed with a girlfriend of his, who's actually the bride at this wedding, and he got really drunk one night and went into her room naked. He swears nothing happened, and I've tried to move past it, but now with this new situation, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety and doubt creeping back in. I don't know if I'm overthinking things or if this is a red flag. I just feel uneasy and kind of in the dark. How can I approach this situation next time we talk without coming off as controlling? Just curious, but how did he explain going naked into another woman's bedroom? He is being very sketchy. Trust your gut. He's with his girlfriend at a wedding. He is posting photos of his girlfriend. He is on a romantic vacation with his girlfriend. Stop bothering him, S. I think you know deep down what you need to do. Anyone saying posting another girl is okay needs their head examined. Unless he spoke to her prior and said I'm posting her so she can get the photo from here so we don't exchange numbers. Okay, maybe, but not even explaining or not saying he's with her doing stuff, then sitting together in a group photo gives off weird energy. Op, your boyfriend is a cheater and bad liar. Stop communicating with him. He will get curious about why you ghosted him. Then, he will reach out to you and you can call him on his BS. I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. He's ignoring you. Nobody is too busy to take longer than 24 hours to reply to a text unless some kind of crisis is going on. 24 hours is my rule. Time difference, partying, wedding stuff, doesn't matter. If he's your boyfriend, he should be thinking about you and at the very least send you at least a short text. Nobody who loves their partner wouldn't text them for days. I highly doubt this post is real, but if it is, wake up Op, and let that man go. P.S. When they cheat on you, which is likely in this case, the best thing you can do is leave them without saying anything. Don't give them the satisfaction of knowing what they did wrong. Have them constantly wondering what happened and why you left so abruptly. IDK, maybe I'm just evil. I think my boyfriend, 20M, has plans to cheat on me and I, 20F, have the dates. Okay Reddit, I never do this, but I need help plotting this out because I'm spiraling. So, I've been dating my boyfriend for a while now. Lately, I've had a weird feeling, nothing I could fully explain, just off. So yes, I broke my own rule and went through his phone while he was asleep. I know. But listen, there's someone saved in his phone as Z. Just that, a single letter. Pretty odd one, so I checked Instagram, no full name, no clues. Nada. But the messages? Oh, the messages. Wish you were here baby. I love you too girl. Good morning love. And then, the cherry on top? She says, I'm just waiting to see you in person. He replies, oh yeah perfect, after asking for her dates in town, April 24th-27 by the way. So now I'm sitting here, stewing in betrayal, wanting to absolutely detonate this man's lies, but I don't want to admit I went through his phone. I'm normally very against it and I know he'd immediately flip it on me if I said anything. How do I make him expose himself? What kind of traps can I lay? I want to know what I'm really dealing with before I drop the bomb. I want him to say it first. I'm a woman on the edge. Help. Make plans that day. Back him into stating a lie of what he will be doing. Show up. Catch him. Girl, be so for real. Don't stay with him any longer. If you want to ruin things, just text her off his phone, say something horrible and then block, delete the contact. You're just clowning yourself staying or trying to get revenge. Move on, you're 20 and way better off single anyway. Enjoy your hot girl summer. Plan a long weekend out 24/27, surprise him. Tell him that you booked a hotel or a cottage. Look, he's already cheated emotionally for sure, and it sounds like he's planning to take it physical too. Who cares if he finds out you went through his phone? You're probably breaking up with him anyway. This isn't a game you need to win. Your priority should be your peace of mind, not what someone who's actively betraying you might think about you. Also, in my opinion, if you're in a serious relationship, not just FWB or a short-term thing, then the whole, my phone is private, mindset is BS. My phone and computer are always open to my partner. Transparency shouldn't be a luxury. It should be the standard. Leave now. Don't give him a reason when he asks other than, I know. Or, tell him you've planned a surprise weekend away that weekend. Or arranged for friends to visit from another town, or something. Or, a day or two before she's arriving, change Z in his phone to your phone number and block her number. Then you turn up to where he thought he was meeting her. It's truly awful what you're going through, and honestly, you're incredibly strong for even reaching out. But I can understand why you feel betrayed and completely blindsided, because discovering someone's deceitful actions is devastating, and what really stands out is your resilience, and I hope you find peace and strength as you navigate this challenging situation, because it's completely reasonable to feel shaken and hurt, and you deserve a supportive community to lean on, and, truly, may you find unexpected joy and renewed hope as you move forward, knowing that even amidst darkness, there's always the possibility of brighter days. I, 25F, am increasingly unattracted to my partner, 28M, of 6 years. How do I move past it? I'm using an anonymous account to post, so I'm going to be absolutely, brutally honest. Please understand that the things I am about to say are not things I'd ever say to my partner, fiancé, actually, and that I'd never want to hurt his feelings unless absolutely necessary. Also, I have no desire to be with anyone but him. This is not about wanting someone else. Since some of you will ask, no, I'm not particularly attractive either. I'm not too bad if I put effort in, but I'm plain to mildly pretty at best. When I met him, he wasn't exactly a supermodel, big bushy eyebrows, crooked yellowing teeth, big eye bags, that kind of thing, but I fell in love with him over the course of many months because he is truly the best person I've ever met, and I didn't really care about looks. He was also really fit, ran marathons, did a lot of CrossFit. Over time, my own laziness has probably rubbed off on him. We moved in together at the start of 2020, and though I did my best to encourage him to keep working out and eating well, I started to falter with my own habits in about 2022 and he followed suit soon after. Now, we're both 20–30 kilograms heavier than when we met, which bothers me. I've been working really hard on trying to fix my habits, but it's taken me almost a year to lose the first 10 kilograms, and I still have a long way to go. Though he's claimed he wants to lose the weight as well, he's not taken any action towards it, and has continued eating 5–6 full meals a day, getting upset if I even lightly try to suggest cutting back a little. The problem is, I have days now where it feels impossible not to focus on his flaws, his double chin, the pot belly that he rests his hands on like he's pregnant, the fact that he gets out of breath from just walking, his tendency to breathe through his mouth and have his tongue hanging out, his high-pitched voice, his messy greasy hair. I've tried everything I can to help. I learned to cut men's hair because he couldn't be bothered going to the barber, but he refuses to style it properly in the mornings unless I do it. I paid for him to get a surgery that was meant to help his mouth breathing, but it didn't change anything. I try to get him to work out with me and I speak to him very frankly about how much damage we've done to our health, and how I'd like to both get in shape before we even think about having children, with which he agreed. My question is, how can I reframe this for myself so that I stop being bothered by his unattractiveness every time I look at him? He is my favorite person, and I want to grow old with him, where I'm sure we will both be a million times uglier than we are right now. How do I become okay with that, and stop seeing things I want to change in his appearance? The only person that can make him want to be better is himself. You can try continuing to lead by example, but you never know if he will follow suit. I think you should talk to him about it, as tough as that may be. It could be a super sensitive topic, but it's marriage you're talking about here. Not sure if it would be best to marry someone you can't stand to look at. Though there are, or rather were, good parts of this relationship, it sounds pretty obvious that it's run its course and maybe time to move on. You're so young, is this really the situation you want to be in for the rest of your life? My question is, why do you want this relationship to work out and last although you're only 25 years old and you have clearly outgrown this relationship completely? Not all relationships are meant to last. Relationships can be very successful even if they end at some point because they were part of an era but not something that transitions to the next life chapter. This relationship is definitely one of them, and I would just strongly advise you to move on. Love is nice and all, but not enough of a reason to be with anyone. Sounds like it's time to move on up. You weren't really attracted to him beforehand and now it sounds like he repulses you. I don't think you can come back from that very easily. You're very young. You don't need to settle for a lifetime of being with someone you aren't attracted to. If you are determined to stay with him, you'll have to broach the subject. Jim, I am struggling with how much you've changed since we met. I know I changed too, but I am working on that. You don't seem to want to get back to being fit and healthy, and it's affecting how I feel about being with you. If you can't join me in getting fit again, then we are going to have to split up. This is how serious this is for me. You paid for surgery to fix his breathing issues. He's not an English bulldog. Just date someone you're attracted to. I've been you several times where I thought I could maintain overlooking physical attraction if their personality or values and beliefs align with mine better than others. I won't do that again. I won't be with someone I'm not absolutely drawn to. I want to be in love and in lust equally. I learned that eventually what you initially dismissed as not being a big deal because the other qualities are good will come back in this exact way where it is now definitely a problem.